Mostly sunny and turning a bit milder on Thursday. Good Wednesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldridge, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, we fell to 8 degrees this morning. 8 degrees at McGee-Tyson Airport. Now think about that. Yesterday morning, it was 13. And the morning before that, it was 12. But compare that to last January, 2024. We fell to 0 on the 17th, 5 degrees on the 18th, 6 degrees on the 21st, and 8 degrees on the 16th, and 10 on the 20th. We had 5, count them, 5 mornings that were brutal. This go around, it was just 3, because tonight we'll add in or tack on another 10 degrees. Low temperatures tonight should drop down to about 18 versus the 8 that we had this morning. And it was 0 in Oneida, 0 in Jonesville. We finished below freezing. I was expecting 32. We hit 31. But the two communities, the Southern Valley, Athens and Tellico Plains, for example, they did get above freezing briefly at 34 degrees. Here's the almanac, our high temperature coming in 17 degrees below normal. Normal high is 48. The record low 0 from 1970. We were actually nowhere close to that. But when you factor in the wind chill, yeah, it felt like it was about 0. It felt like record territory, although it was technically not. 36 was the high in Chattanooga, 30 in Johnson City, and in Music City, they had a high of 33 degrees today. Now, those are your cold temperatures all across the region. You take one look at the ultimate Doppler radar, there's nothing falling from the sky. All the big snows that occurred along the beaches and in parts of Georgia and Louisiana and Florida, the Panhandle, that's all gone. The Ultimate Doppler Radar presented by your local Marco's Pizza has some great ideas if you're looking for some dinner plans tonight. Maybe you want a late night snack delivered. Check them out at Hardin Valley Farragut. They're in Blount County and Maryville, Fountain City Halls. You can find them in Anderson County, Oak Ridge, Middlebrook Pike, Ebenezer Road, and they do give back. They give back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital. You gotta love that. And they have a magnificent pizza, if you haven't tried it, called the Pepperoni Magnifico for less than $10. And they have a great deluxe, which I'm a big fan of, because I like a little extra, sometimes a little sausage, mushroom, green pepper on my pizza, onions, original sauce. You can get that with the signature 3 cheeses. Maybe you prefer the garden variety or the all meat. They have multiple choices, lots of choices at marcos.com. Again, no snow here. The volunteer state looks A-OK. They're still dealing with exceptional cold and wind chills with the snowpack that some of them are still dealing with in Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas. It's just amazing what's happened with that southern slider. It was so far south, it missed us. But we had the cold. We got the cold, we just didn't get the snow. But we enjoyed some of the social media pictures, don't you think? We got to see that in some crazy places from Baton Rouge to Myrtle Beach and beyond. By the way, the snow that's falling now is over the Great Lakes. Still some extreme cold concerns in dark blue across southern sections of Alabama and into the Panhandle of Florida. Now, temperatures as of 8 o'clock, 26. It's going to be cold tonight. It is cold. It's cold enough to see your breath. But it's not going to be of the same caliber of cold. We're not talking single digits. We're talking about mid to upper teens for overnight lows tonight. Not much of a wind chill because the winds aren't moving much. In some areas it is. It feels like 19 in Oneida. Feels like 23 in Wartburg because we have zeros. That's calm wind for most, while other areas might have, a 2 or 3 mile an hour wind. Tracking the clouds, we'll find mostly clear skies tonight. There does appear to be a patch of clouds that's coming up from Nashville, now moving across Jellicoe, but that too shall pass. But we will see generally a southwest wind develop overnight, about 3 to 8 miles per hour. Milder sunshine Thursday. We'll call it a bit milder. Highs about 41 degrees. Now keep in mind, that sounds nice, but it goes right back to the cold on Friday. I'll explain more on that in a moment. And with the abundance of extra clouds, those clouds on Friday could produce a few stray flurries, particularly in the afternoon. So Friday is not the end zone. It's not the finish line. Highs come back in the weekend in the 40s. That's a good sign. We may nudge 41 tomorrow, but on Friday I have us in the upper 30s. Highs this weekend in the 40s. Highs by mid next week should be in the 50s. That will be probably bode well for Team Spring. Anyone on Team Spring? Somebody, I'm on that team now. I've switched teams to Team Spring. This Team Snow, Team Cold for the birds. That might be what you're thinking at this particular time in winter, because it is only the 22nd of January. You look around the country at this very hour. I'm talking about the 8 p.m. hour on a Wednesday night. It is still, -1 in Caribou? Look at Destin. They're at 28. Are you kidding me? That's where I go to the beach in the summer. Well, they're 28. They're cold. Even Orlando's at 41. Big temperature gradient or difference between Destin and Orlando at this very hour. And it's 28 degrees in New Orleans. That's cold stuff. By the way, the wind chills at this hour feel like -9 in Caribou, a 1 degree in Detroit, and it feels like 25 in Destin. I'm sure they will be happy. They'll be oh so happy to say goodbye to this Arctic blast. And it will retreat. Do you see it on the right side of your screen? That's the purple color, which we usually associate with highs in the teens and single-digit wind chills. In some cases, that's actually what verifies. But you'll notice, while this begins to retreat tomorrow across New England, there's another spoke of the wheel that comes down from Minneapolis and Chicago. That purple area by Thursday at 4 is in Indianapolis. And lo and behold, why I have a colder day on Friday is because it turns a little purple between Nashville, say Cookeville, and Knoxville. So by midday Friday, we'll be lucky to get out of the mid to upper 30s. It's cold, but then it starts to warm back up. But not until the weekend. That's when you can expect weekend highs generally in the mid 40s, both Saturday and Sunday. In fact, Saturday looks brighter than Sunday at this vantage point. Futurecast looks like this. We've got a weak front across the Midwest. It begins to approach tomorrow. It is apparently dry. There's no moisture really associated with it. Maybe a few flurries in West Virginia. But it's really on Friday afternoon, that a few flakes may try to squeeze into parts of the Smokies. You can see that maybe there. See if the afternoon, maybe a few specks of blue there. But generally a few stray flurries may, and I emphasize may, be found on Friday. Outside of that, it's a dry pattern heading into much of the rest of the week and into next week. I really don't see a lot of evidence that would suggest a lot of precipitation. And I'm talking rain or snow. It looks pretty limited in the days ahead. But tonight, we're down to 18, mostly clear, very cold. Again, normal low is 30, so 18 is not 8. That's a big improvement, but 18 is still 12 degrees below normal. So considering that time of year, it's still pretty cold. And as far as tonight is concerned, if you drop to 12, Middlesboro, Bell County, don't be surprised. If you fall to 14, Crossville, Lake Tansy, or Fairfield Glade, don't be surprised. I got us at 19 for Oak Ridge, 18 for Maryville, and 16 for Cosby, Newport, and Parrottsville. High temperatures Thursday, 41. That sounds nice. In fact, that sounds balmy. Since we didn't get above freezing, this would be a 10-degree jump from today, because today was 31, tomorrow 41, and it's going to come compliments of a gust about 20-25 miles per hour. My text falling off the screen there, you'll have to forgive me. Look at that, 39 in Morristown. That's my expected high for Hamlin County. 39 for Campbell County in La Follette, as well as 36 for Oneida. I expect 42 for Rockwood, Kingston, Harriman, and 37 for Sevierville and Pigeon Forge. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. 38 Friday, mid-40s both Saturday and Sunday. And looky. Oh, Team Spring suddenly gets excited. 51-56 next Tuesday, next Wednesday. That's why I said by mid next week, some of you are going to feel like, this is so delightful. I'm going to have lunch outside. Maybe not that. Maybe it's just still kind of chilly. But it's still 51-56. You won't feel like you're locked in. Maybe you'll feel more at ease to step outside because overnight lows will be in the upper 20s, low 30s by Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Be sure, by the way, to pick up the free Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. It is free. Pete Michaels is the best traffic reporter in town. There's no argument there. In my view, just search the 2 words Captain Accurate at the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate, and it's not easy being accurate. So weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.